Yo, what's up, man? Kid Hazel here. We here with Producer Culture, man. We in the UK, man. Shout out Producer Culture. Boo!
Alright, so today we have Kid Hazel. So he's known for his placements with 21 Savage, Ray, Lil Harold.
Yes.
So yeah, how are you today? I know we've had a long conversation, but how are you anyway?
Oh yeah, I'm doing great. You know, how are you?
I'm good. Happy to be here. Looking forward to this interview.
Oh yeah, it's an honor, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Producer Culture, you know what I'm saying? They doing their thing, you know, for real.
And so you said that this is your first time in London as well. So
Yeah, first time.
Been working mainly in the studio and all that.
Yeah, just been in the studio working, just, you know, I haven't been out, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, shit, I came here to work, you know? So if I came here to, you know, come out and do that, then I would have did that, you know? But it's like, shit, I came in town to work, so that's what I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying?
Cool.
I appreciate the opportunity for real, so it's like, you know, gotta do that.
So if you can just tell us a little bit of your background, like how you got into music and producing.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning, my cousin Astro Martin, he a producer as well, you know what I'm saying? He had a long time ago, this is like 2011, 2012, this is like 2011 really, 2010. He had came with some beats, you know, and he was like, yo, I got these beats, da da da, and he was playing them, and I was like, oh, this shit hard. I was like, how you make beats? What you do? He was like, you got to get this program called FL Studio. I was like, what? I was like, you know, first he said Fruity Loops. He was like, you got to get this program called Fruity Loops. I was like, what's Fruity Loops, bro? Like, what is that? And he was like, nah, it's a program, bro. I was like, okay. Then I ended up downloading it, and then I started like playing with it, trying to make beats, you know what I'm saying? And I never was able to get it. I wasn't one of those producers that they was already fire, like came doing it already fire, just boom. Like I really sucked really bad, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning, like as far as when I started playing with it, like it was just kind of confusing. I even broke one of my old computers. I had this old desktop that my dad had got me, and I remember trying to make beats on that.
Yeah.
And then not being able to even get like, you know, figure out how to make the claps on time and the kicks on time, and, you know, hearing a sound in my head, but not being able to, you know, I ended up kicking the laptop like, damn, I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And then some years passed by, you know, like a year, probably like almost a year passed by, and then my mom had got me my first laptop, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, I was like, I gotta get FL Studio again. And then I got FL Studio again. And then I started making beats, you know what I'm saying, for real. I started looking up, you know, to like the artists in Atlanta, like, you know, like at the time, like 808 Mafia, you know what I'm saying, the whole 808 Mafia, Southside, Metro Boomin, Sunny Digital, you know what I'm saying, Honorable C Note. Shit, it's a lot of them. DJ Plug. It's really a lot of them that I all like looked up to, you know what I'm saying, at the time, and they sound, you know what I'm saying, because I'm from Compton, California, but I came in like making West Coast beats at first, and looking up to like DJ Mustard, really DJ Mustard. That was like one of my favorite producers, and still is one of my favorite producers. But I started like making those type of beats, trying to make beats like that, and I was doing that for a minute, for a second. And then I was like, let me, you know what I'm saying, start making beats like this, you know what I'm saying, it's the shit that's going on in Atlanta, this shit hard, like, cause, you know, on the West Coast, like, we would listen to like a lot of the music that was hot in Atlanta, like at the time, like the Lean With It, Rock With It, you know what I'm saying, Superman, you know, what's the other one, the Stanky Leg, all the shit that was going crazy like out there.
Yeah.
Was going crazy, you know, Ludacris music, all that shit was going crazy over there too. So, you know, I started thinking about it like, damn, let me just start making beats like that, you know? And yeah, that's what I started focusing on for real. Like,
cool. So obviously you mentioned you had the challenges, you know, breaking the computer. So what kept you going? I know you said you got the new laptop, but what really kept you going even when you were still trying to nail it down?
I was like, I gotta do this, you know what I'm saying? Cause I believed that I could, you know what I'm saying? I believed that I could. I was like, yo, this shit, I noticed myself getting better, and I was like, okay, I'm getting a little better. This is going a little better. All right, cool, you know? And then I was just like, man, I gotta keep doing this. I gotta keep working. Cause I knew everything possible if you put your mind to it, like no matter what, like it don't matter what it is. You could be somebody random on the street, you know what I'm saying? And then once you get in your mind that you want to do something and be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and make sure that you don't even think it's failure as an option. That's the whole thing. You feel what I'm saying? You can't let failure even creep in your mind, and anybody around you that's trying to feed failure into your mind, they got to be eliminated from your circle. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, it's gonna mess you up. You know. So, but yeah, I never let failure enter my mind, and I just knew with hard work, anything was possible. You know what I'm saying? And then just step by step, I started to like see improvements, and then I started to understand like, man, if I make these beats, I got my first little placements with, you know, Atlanta artists. At the time, that was, you know, it wasn't any big artists at all, you know what I'm saying? But it was artists that was listening to my beats, they was doing them, you know what I'm saying? My brother Ivo, he the one who did my tags for me. The Kid Hazel, you killed this tag. And just the Kid Hazel, you killed this tag. And then Fatboy SSC did the Kid Hazel on the beat. He did that tag. And then after that, then that's when I got into the sword.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. How did you even get the idea to do that?
So like when I first started working with 21, I was just like, man, I seen like that, you know, he had the dagger on his forehead. And then I was like, I'm his first producer that he signed, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I want to brand this shit like, you know what I'm saying? Cause that means something to him. It's not just like a sword like that he just tatted on, dagger he got tatted on his face. It actually, you know what I'm saying, for one of his partners that passed away that had it. And then, you know what I'm saying, it actually means something. So I was just like, man, this is you know what I'm saying, it's a beautiful thing. So it's like, I want to like brand out, you know what I'm saying, myself as well. And, you know, make sure every time like, you know, I do a beat, like, you know, this, you know what I'm saying, Slaughter Gang, the sword swinging, like, you know, this is, you know, Kid Hazel, you know what I'm saying? Like, no matter where I go, you know what I'm saying, anybody get on my beats, they know, boom, Kid Hazel, you know what I'm saying? And that's what made me want to do that. And then I just started doing it, and then like I started putting it on beats, and then Savage was like, oh, this shit hard, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's cool though, usually it's always like the tags at the name. So when I hear that, I'm like, oh, like,
it's like
cool.
A sound, like, you know. And I also looked up to like how, like Lex Luger had the like that noise, that boop, 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 like before the beat, like sound tags, and like how Southside had the 808 Mafia siren. You know what I'm saying? Metro, he got the laugh, like on, you know, on that beat, that Metro laugh you hear, you already know who, you know, beat it is. So it's like, I wanted to like kind of create my own, you feel what I'm saying, lane as far as with that sound tag. Cause, you know, some artists don't even be liking when you have like voice tags on the beat. They might fuck around and be like, oh, I don't want no tags on my album. You feel what I'm saying?
Just a little sound or something.
Yeah, like a little sound, and it's like they fuck around and be using the sound in their song. They might say something and be like, something, and then had a sword swing, sing, like, you know what I'm saying? It's happened before, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I've done it, it's been done, so I'm just like, you know, I felt like, it's more brandable, and it's like, then I got my label, Swing the Sword, you know what I'm saying? We just signed the first producer, my brother 44, you know what I'm saying? He's super hard. So, you know what I'm saying, that we about to start the Swing the Sword label, that shit finna go crazy, so, you know, you gotta be vegan to join it. I'm just playing. Nah, we take it every, you know what I'm saying, whoever hard, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we about to build that out. We gonna, you know, we getting a producer, we wanna sign producers, and also artists too. And we wanna build, you know what I'm saying, and create, you know, the Swing the Sword. And it's like, you know, Swing the Sword, the tag Swing the Sword, and I also got a clothing company called Swing the Sword. And even a cultivation center, with my brother, Grow Low Key, you know, Low Key Farms. You know, we trying to brand it, you know, massive, you know.
Yeah. No, 'cause I was gonna say as well, like, how did you brand yourself? You know, because like I said, you got Swing the Sword, you got Swing the Moss. So
and the sea moss, Swing the sea moss,
yeah. So how do you think? What advice can you give to producers or up and coming producers to really find your own brand and like in different areas?
I say just like really just stay focused and don't really get don't have your influences, but don't try to model yourself after somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you can't model yourself after somebody else if you expect to be your own person and expect to leave an impression. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of, like, sometimes, you know, even producers, we might be making beats like our favorite producer, and we might like try to like do that all the time, you know what I'm saying? And it's like after a while, it's like we gotta find our own sound eventually, you know what I'm saying? So it's like eventually when you find your own sound, and then, you know, your beat starts sounding a certain type of way based off your sound, and then like, okay, what pops up in your head now? Like, who do you see yourself as, or what do you think you could do off of what you're doing in your current situation? Can you brand something out of? You just gotta kind of look at the whole perspective and see from there, you know what I'm saying? And then there, you just gotta run with it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just keep running with it.
Tell us about how you got into spirituality. When was the turning point in your life?
I say the first time, like, well, honestly, ever since I was a little kid, a little boy, I always been real spiritual. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even like, I would always want to like, but I would just want to like, I was real fascinated with things. Like, I would like watch a lot of animals, and I would try to like I had a frog. My frog had passed away, and then I tried to like, I'm gonna dissect it to see what happened to it. Like, not to be like, oh, let me just rip open an animal. I was like, no, my frog. Like, I really want to know what happened to my frog. Like, what, I want to dissect it and see what happened to my frog that caused it to pass away. You know what I'm saying? And then it ends up, going from nature to then wanting to, learn about the health. You know what I'm saying? I ended up learning about Dr. Sebi, and I started to understand that Dr. Sebi, and people like Baba Yanun, Dr. Malachi Z. York, they brought a lot of profound knowledge to the table about a lot of things. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That really just, it just changed everything. And then, I ended up going vegan, and then that all ran together with the spirituality, you know what I'm saying? Because I really honor my ancestors, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was raised Christian, you know what I'm saying? And I understood, you know what I'm saying, go to church and, you know what I'm saying, and do everything, like that, like your normal, black family, American black family. And it was just, I started to understand, like, man, this, it's a lot of things with that, you know what I'm saying, I would ask questions about, and it's like, oh, like, why does this, why does that? But it's like, I don't have no problem with it. I did not believe that it was, a God. I definitely believe it's a God, but I started to understand, I want to worship my ancestors. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I worship, yeah. I want to worship my ancestors, and, you know what I'm saying, my ancestors that came before me, my ancient ancestors, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what really, you know what I'm saying, brings that energy into me. That's what really makes me, you know what I'm saying, brings that power to me, you know what I'm saying, and I honor them, you know what I'm saying. I definitely believe that there is a true God, you know what I'm saying. I do believe that there is a God that, we're in the image of, you know what I'm saying. So that's what really makes my manifestation work, because I understand that they say God made us in the image of God, of Himself, you know what I'm saying. So that is true. That is true. You know what I'm saying? Everybody watching that, you are that, you know what I'm saying. You can create your things that you want, you know what I'm saying? Because you can create that. And if you live righteous, you know what I'm saying, and you live in a positive aspect, and you live like God, and you can do that. You feel what I'm saying? You can do those things. You can create these opportunities based off your thoughts and your hard work. You feel what I'm saying? But karma is real. You know what I'm saying? You put in that negative shit, you know what I'm saying, do negative things, the negativity is gonna come right back around. You feel what I'm saying? At that point, I understood that. I'm like, okay, boom, we can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Keep the positivity, then good energy gonna come back. Then I'm gonna keep elevating. Anybody that try to come prosper against you, you'll be protected. Your ancestors gonna come, boop, get all that out your way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a team. You really, and you live righteous, and then, you're gonna be good, but you must have balancement. Yeah. Because what is good and what is bad? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta have balancement. That's why it's like, if you make beats every day, make sure you get outside some. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get outside some. You know what I'm saying? Relax. Don't make beats some days. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, you're going to find a balancement in your health. Because after a while, I know if I make beats every day, I'm like, damn, now my back, I'm like, ooh, shit. Like, I've been sitting down too much. I haven't been, you know what I'm saying? Too much of anything is bad.
So off of that, so how do you kind of balance your life with like your health, your spirituality, with being a producer? Because like we were saying, you're going to be indoors behind a computer. Yeah. Nothing, eating probably a really bad diet every day, whatever you can find. So how did you balance the two?
Yeah, so I ended up becoming vegan, and I started doing that, and then I was like, okay, that came to me understanding like the human body, like, okay, boom, if I eat these certain foods, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to actually bring energy to my body in a certain way. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, boom, now I'm staying up late, but I still need to function. I need to make beats late, but let me eat this good diet, so that way the fact that me staying up late won't affect my mind as bad as it would if I was eating, you know what I'm saying, a terrible diet and staying up too late. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first level of balancement, and then when it came to the spirituality, I'd be like, okay, boom, the only way I'm gonna move safe and have protection doing what I'm doing, I gotta make time for, my spirituality work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make time to, you know what I'm saying, find myself and ground myself and center myself. And that comes into me being able to get sunlight. You know what I'm saying? So then that's gonna separate me from always being in the studio as well. You know what I'm saying? Sunlight is so important for the body. You know what I'm saying? Like they tell you, I'm not telling everybody to go out there and try to just sun gaze at the wrong time of the day. Yeah, when it's noon, that's at the highest. Yeah, either when it's first coming up or when it's setting. You know what I'm saying? Atun ray, and a moon ray. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever is first setting and first coming up and first setting, you know, then you can like be able to absorb the energy of the sun into your body. And that's going to like literally, you know, if you ground and absorb the sun gaze, it'll like literally, you know, recharge your whole body, recharge your whole energy and your spirit, everything. You know what I'm saying? Very important. And without the sun, you know, you feel down. Sometimes I feel down without the sun.
With all your spirituality and everything you practice and just your beliefs, do you feel like that manifestation has got you to where you are now? Do you feel like it helped you get your career going, everything?
Yes, definitely. I definitely do because, you know, it's, you know, due to your belief in anything, it's going to make sure it's going to go through your belief in it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you living righteous and you religious, but you living righteous and you believe that, you know, something is, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like that can, you know, help people. But in my case, like my spirituality and, you know, me coming to say like, I know if I believe that I can manifest and be with these certain artists and do this and work hard to make this happen, I believe it can happen. And then for me, working at Costco, pushing carts every single day in the sun, I used to have to wear the big hat to like, you know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, I used to be like, I got to make sure I stay shaded, man. I got to, you know what I'm saying? It's too hot. It's hot in Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying? Too hot. So, you know, I was doing that. And then I would take my laptop, you know, with me every day, make beats just because I believe, like, you know, I know this manifestation. I'm going to manifest me, you know, being a producer one day and not have to come back to work. You know what I'm saying? I believed that I could do that. And I stayed there at Costco for 4 years in pursuit of that. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until that last, you know, year, then it's like things started to happen. It's like, okay, boom, like now it's finally, you know, then I sit back and look like, damn, you know, working with certain producers that I always looked up to, you know what I'm saying? And artists that, you know, that I always looked to, been working with them and meeting these people and actually seeing them in the flesh. I was like, man, this shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Like this is real. You can do anything you put your mind to. That's for anybody watching. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody watching, y'all can do anything y'all put your mind to. All you gotta do is believe that you can. Believe that, you know what I'm saying, this shit gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It don't matter if you know, religious, you can still be religious, but just believe that you can manifest something too.
So you mentioned that you're working at Costco.
Yeah.
So how did you balance producing and working at the same time? And also, when did you decide to finally leave your job?
When I was working at Costco, it was an amazing time. Like, I loved Costco. Like, Costco, everybody at Costco was amazing. There was nobody there that I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? So, but I would always bring my laptop with me. You know what I'm saying? I would always bring my laptop with me to work. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, no, I'm not going to let this stop me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let this stop me from making beats. Like, I got to keep making beats. I get off of work, making beats. Make beats in my break room, make beats and before I have to clock in, make beats as soon as I clock out, go home, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do it like that. You gotta integrate time. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of friends that, you know what I'm saying, wanted to go out a lot, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't want to like really, you know what I'm saying, do that same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, shit, I ain't about to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have time to go out, but I'm not about to go out right now. I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, stay in and make beats. You feel what I'm saying? I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? And then that time you sacrifice for that, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to put 10,000 hours in. To be a master at anything you do, you got to put 10,000 hours in. You feel what I'm saying? So that's roughly around 4 to 5 years, depending on how much time you put in. Or you can make it sooner, but you got to put that 10,000 hours in. That's when you become a master. So if you go out and party for 10,000 hours, you can be a master vibe curator, master party person. You know what I'm saying? That's not a bad thing because you can integrate funds and make money through that and all that. So, but it's just like whatever you put time to, that's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So if you put a lot of time to making beats, eventually you're gonna make it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get a play, something's gonna happen. But you gotta put that real time in and also believe that it can happen. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
So your advice to up and coming producers would be basically put it throughout your day, not just the thing of going to work and then coming home and then just doing it then when you're completely, or your energy's done. So you're saying basically make sure it's in your day whenever you're working.
Put it throughout your day, you know what I'm saying? Put it throughout your day, you know what I'm saying? Because then at that point, it's integrated in your life.
Yeah. So obviously you've mentioned a lot about manifestation and vibration and everything. So do you actually put that into your music? Like, do you work with frequencies or any of that, or like do you apply any of that to your music?
Yes.
Is that what you believe in?
Yes, I do.
So how do you do that? Like,
I really like. I like to sometimes with certain beats I light candles. You know what I'm saying, when I'm making a beat. You know what I'm saying? Because when I light the candle, then, you know, you put in your energy, like a white candle in front of your beat, it'll like put that energy that you're making into the beat. It's gonna increase your energy, you know what I'm saying? I like to use that type of energy. Or if I'm like making a certain beat, I put my vibe into it. I'm like, okay, I'm about to make this vibe. This is gonna be a vibe right here. I'm gonna put this in, boom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I love putting my vibration into my beats, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like for example, when I made Big Purr, I had a black candle. Because that's like, you know, dark energy, you know what I'm saying? Dark energy isn't bad. They make you seem what's good and bad. Like I said earlier, like dark energy is also energy, but you must know how to use dark energy. You can't use it to go do some harmful things because that's gonna come with karma. But if you know how to use dark energy without having karma attached to it, then that's the way you use it. So in my case, when I was doing the Big Purr beat, I had the dark candle because that beat was scary, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my brother Peter Gundry, who plays the keys on that, you know what I'm saying, and the violins and strings. But that it gave me such a dark vibe. I said, let me put this dark energy into this, you know what I'm saying? So I harnessed the dark energy from the black candle, and then when I'm making a beat, I got the candle going, and then I'm making a beat, and it's making me use dark energy to create that beat instead of me using it, you know, because you got to have balance, you know what I'm saying? You got to have your yin and your yang. You got to properly balance it. So that's why I like to make dark beats, because I'm a positive person, you know what I'm saying? So most of my beats, you know what I'm saying, I make them positive with positive energy. You know what I'm saying? If I were to do positive energy, I would do a white candle, you know what I'm saying? To bring the, you know what I'm saying, just the positive side of the energy, because that's, you know, the two polarities. So I'm using positive energy, then that's going to make that beat a positive beat. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to make a feel good beat, then that's what I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying? Or if I just want to make a beat and use certain crystals nearby, you know what I'm saying? Like you got the, you know what I'm saying, the amethyst, had an amethyst on your neck, you feel what I'm saying, while you making a beat. That way your crown chakra can be open, your creativity will, you know what I'm saying, will expand.
Would you say there's ever been any kind of conflict with the type of song you've been asked to do, or the type of songs you may have to do with what you believe in? Has there ever been like anything?
I haven't had any conflicts with like me making beats versus what I do, because I believe in balancement. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'll make some beats, and if somebody like talk about whatever they talk about, then it's like, you know, I really might like what they saying, but you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, like create a balancement in a way so I might put like, I'm gonna start putting like spiritual sounds and frequencies in the beats. So it's like, even though the beat, they could be talking about something like on some negative shit on the beat, but I feel like I'm gonna put some frequencies in the beat to where when people hear it, it don't make them want to do negative shit. You feel what I'm saying? I want to make it to where then it's like, okay, boom, the frequencies, it's got a 432 hertz in there. So now instead of like, no matter what they saying, but I want to do positive. Like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like going and grounding my, you know what I'm saying? I just create a different, like damn, I feel happy. Like, damn, I know he talking about some wild shit, but I feel happy. I don't know why I feel happy. Because you got to master the body, you know what I'm saying? The body is frequency. So if you put frequencies in your beats, then it's going to create that, you know, positive reaction.
Yeah. That's good. That's a really good idea. That is really good. What placement to you, or placements, more than one, stood out to you the most, or like did the most for your career?
Working with Savage, like so I'll say the Since When placement, like when I did Since When for Young Nudy and 21 Savage, I say that one did the most, like off the dribble, just because of the fact that it led me to working with 21 Savage, and you know what I'm saying, getting signed to Slaughter Gang, and you know what I'm saying, starting to grow as a producer and work with more big artists afterwards, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that one was probably the one that started me off, that got me going for real, was that one. You know what I'm saying? As far as in the industry and, you know, working with other big artists and things like that. And then like recent, I say, it's like, I would say an album that I was a part of that really, like I say I Was, like that was the first big album that I was a part of when I first got with 21 Savage. And then the album got Grammy nominated. Yeah, Grammy nominated and platinum, you know, I think it's like multi-platinum, I think like 2 times platinum now. But yeah, so those two.
So for like advice for producers, so what strategy would you say is best when it comes to getting themselves out there, like sending beats, packs? So remember you mentioned about probably starting with some of the up and coming artists and building your way up, or what do you recommend?
Yeah. That's really my way, I like to say. Like, you know, start off with up and coming artists that don't have no name, build them up, you know what I'm saying? That website, it was a website that I had gave out on an interview that was really good, but it's called Send Beats 2. You know what I'm saying? For any producer that didn't see that website, it's Send Beats 2. That website got a lot of emails on there. You know what I'm saying? They go and they see whoever need beats, and then they take the emails off a Twitter post or, you feel what I'm saying? It could be anything, like, and then they'll take the email and then they'll put it on their website. And it's just, you got to click on source and you can see where they got it from. So it's not like just, you know, you can trust it because it's actually coming from who they say it's coming from, you know, and then just send beats to there because you never know. Sometimes the artist might be, you know, it might be late, you know what I'm saying? The artist might have went through their producer shit already and they like, shit, pull an email up. Next thing you know, they pull the email up, then they see your beat, then your beat be the one that get picked, and then now that lead to you getting the placement, you know? So, and that's possible, because that's what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Happened to me multiple times. Like, it's possible, so it could happen to you, you know?
And I also saw you mention about using probabilities
to
get what you want. So how did you apply that to sending out beats or anything? What was the calculations of that?
So the calculations was, there was no number yet. You know what I'm saying? There's no, it's almost, it works off the, like the energy of like the infinity. You know what I'm saying? So the number can grow based off your thinking, or it can lessen based off your thinking. You control the number. You know what I'm saying? So the way the number happens is by you constantly doing it. So you put in your mind that the probability exists. So it's like when you say, oh, damn, it's a, you know, there's actually statistics on it. Like they might be like, oh, it's like a 1 in 260, you know, 1,000 chance of you getting bit by a shark, because one person out of 266,000 got bit by a shark. So that's where they get the information from. So it's like, same thing with sending out beats. It's the probability you send out, if you send out 1,000 beats, 2,000 beats, the probability you getting back one placement is very high. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep doing it, the number gonna get reached eventually. Boom, boom, it could be 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 by the time you send out 10,000 beats. Or it could be, you can fuck around and send out one beat. The first time you send a beat out, you know what I'm saying? Your number is different for you. Everybody's number is different.
What are your thoughts when it comes to like quality or quantity as a new beat maker? What do you think is more important?
I say the quality, it's also one of those like middle ground subjects, because like I would like to say the quality, but there's a lot of times by using probability, you could just bang out a bunch of beats, high quantity of beats, and then just send them all out, and it's like something can still catch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you could go either way. Like it's like the rabbit versus the turtle. You know what I'm saying? Like they both gonna get to the finish line. Like he might get there fast and then be tired and sleep afterwards, and then the turtle might get there slow and then still get there though eventually. So it's like the quality beats can get you, you know what I'm saying, a quality placement. You know what I'm saying? It can get you like something like probably crazy with a certain type of artist that do like certain types of beats and, you know what I'm saying, things like that. But then a quick placement can probably get you some shit, some hard shit too, you know? So it's one of those middle grounds. It's up to you, you know what I'm saying, depending on how you implement step 2. Because that's step 1, you know what I'm saying, what kind of beats you making. And then step 2 would be how you gonna dish them out. So, you know, that's where the quality and quantity can come in differently at that point.
I saw that Coil Ray had like shouted you out as a producer, and then that kind of like upped your following.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Like how important do you think it is for producers to now kind of for artists to bring producers to the spotlight?
It's very important, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause the artists, like, you know what I'm saying, shout out Coley Ray, she always show love, you know what I'm saying? Like always. But you know, it's like it helps because like the artist can, you know, have a lot of following, and then the following can come, you know, check out like, oh, who made the beat? Now they know who made the beat. Then that can lead to you selling beats. That can lead to you getting more clientele for people to work with. You know, it can lead to a lot of positive things for you because it's like an artist might like that song and they might be cool with that artist and be like, damn, I wonder who made that beat. And then that artist might hit you up like, damn, I need some beats too, bro. Like, I seen so-and-so tagged you, I need some beats too. That shit happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but some artists like to, you know, keep their producer a secret, or they don't be like in the tag their producer and like share their producer, and it's like, that should be lame to me.
What do you think about that? Why do you think they do that, really?
Well, you know, it just like, they just don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. Like, sometimes they do, you know what I'm saying? They might be like, oh, I'm doing it because I don't want bruh to like be weird with, I don't know, it depends. Like, sometimes it depends how they feel about you sometimes. Like, or sometimes artists, they can fuck with you, but they just don't do that. You know, they can't take the extra second to tag you. Like, I don't know why, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it be happening. It be happening. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, you know. Some people be like, this my, you know, they feel like they earned where they was, so they feel like you should earn where you at, you know? So, you know, it can be like that too, you know? But shit, give some, take some, help some, make some, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And also, so with you, like, branding yourself as a producer, so how did you develop your own unique sound, and how do you kind of keep up with that, like, if the artist wants you to change or anything like that?
Just like by consistently making beats, you know, and you use like the similar sound that you know that work good for you, eventually you're gonna start to make your sound a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Over time. And it's like, once the sound come in, then it's like, okay, now you can be valuable for your sound. Because everybody got a different sound. You know what I'm saying? It's like how everybody got a different superpower. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have a special energy power. He could, you know what I'm saying, have a special power. He could have a special power. I could have a special power. We just got to find out what our power is. And that's the same thing when it comes to making beats. You got this power of your sound. You just got to find out what your sound is, because all it is your energy. And everybody's energy is different. Your energy signature is going to be present in your beats. And that's what's known as a sound. But it's really your energy signature.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because everybody, I done had homies that started making beats, and I could always tell that they made the beat. Like, I know it's their beat because it sound like them and it look like them.
No tag,
it damn near look like you. Like, your beat start looking like you after a while.
That's crazy. That's good. I believe it, but it's crazy.
Yeah. Your beat start looking like you. You know what I'm saying? I done made a beat that looked just like me. Like, it's hard to explain, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I know
like,
what you mean.
Yeah. Like,
it's hard to explain, but
yeah, the beat look just like you. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it's becoming part of you.
Yeah,
so
it's your child. It's your child. The beat is your child.
You're seeing it as well, and then your face will just be next to it.
Yeah, the beats is your child. You know what I'm saying? I always like to look at my beats as my children. You know what I'm saying? I have many children, many children. And those beats, which are my children, I send them off, you know, like sending the emails, like sending them off to college. It's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you end up being something, like, you know. Some of them beats come back home and they sit at the house, they stay at the house, you know, they might never do nothing. They might live on my hard drive forever. But sometimes those beats go off, they meet someone, then boom, you know what I'm saying? That beat becomes something, then that beat have its own kids. People start making beats like that song, you know what I'm saying? It's real. It's real. Beats are your family. Like, my beats are my family. Like, I love my beats. I can hear 1 second in my beat and know it's my beat. Just like I could look at my kids for 1 second and know they're my kids.
How do you kind of grab people in from, like, the first few bars of your beat? Like, what would you say is the most important thing for producers to do?
Like, the most important thing for the producer to do, like, don't have the beat drag out too long. Okay. Like, let that shit slide. If it's gonna be a beat and you sending some beats to somebody that be sliding, you gotta make sure as soon as they come on, it slide. Boom, boom. As soon as it drop, boom. It gotta capture their ear. Like, for me playing beats for a lot of different artists, like, I started to notice, like, okay, like, it got to be something that capture their ear for them to really, like, do it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes If it's a beat that people like to build up and take their time, make your beat come in like that. But just don't make your beat come in like that for just anybody. You got to know how to tailor your beats. That come with developing your A&R abilities. You know what I'm saying? Like every producer should also be able to be a good A&R if they had to. You know what I'm saying? Your ear supposed to be able to tell you, like, okay, this beat gotta sound like this in order for this artist. Cause you gotta know how to A&R your own beats. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my A&R Grazy. Like that's why I made him my A&R, because he one of my few homies that can sit with me and like hear me play beats and make beats, and then he know exactly like who I should send that beat to, because I'll be like, yeah, that's who I thought too. I got cold A&R ability skills. Like I can know what beat go for whoever. Like I done did it. Like I done made a beat. I made a beat and I heard Nardo Wick on it and I heard 21 Savage on it. So then I ended up sending it to both of them, and then they both was gonna do the beat on their own. And then like they ended up linking, and then Savage was like, oh, I'm gonna pull up some Hazel shit. And then it ended up being that same beat. Cause Savage probably heard him on the beat too. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's like your A&R ear can tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I know bruh, at first he didn't really care about the beat. He was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But it's like once they did it, like the song, you know what I'm saying? That shit hard. That shit hard as fuck.
The beat brought them together.
Yeah, yeah.
So have you had any beats where you thought it was for somebody else, but then somebody else?
Oh yeah, many times. Like, but I had one when I made Big Purr, I thought that beat for Pooh Shiesty. When I made the beat, I was like, this for Pooh Shiesty, watch. Like this for Pooh Shiesty. And then Coily Ray ended up getting the beat, but it ended up being Coily Ray and Pooh Shiesty. So it's like Coily Ray and them heard the same thing that I heard when I was making the beat. So it's like, that's how I know my A&R ear is, you know, capable. Yeah. But there's been times where, like, for example, like the Don't Play That by King Von, rest in peace, King Von. My boy Mark, like I sent my boy Mark, shout out Mark Boyle, I sent him a pack for King Von, and then he played the beats for King Von, and I had that beat, like that Don't Play That beat was supposed to be for Lil Uzi. You know what I'm saying? Like I never had the chance to send, well, Meezy had helped me send Lil Uzi some beats, but I never did nothing with Lil Uzi, but I always wanted to work with Lil Uzi. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I made that beat like, yeah, this gonna get Lil Uzi ass right here. Like I know how to get him. Like this one gonna get him. And then I ended up sending the beat to Von, and then Von ended up doing the beat. But that whole pack was all like trap shit, hard trap shit. But he ended up doing the beat that was like that. So it's like, that should be happening though. That happens a lot when like beats you think they're for somebody else, but somebody else end up getting it and doing it. That happens a lot sometimes.
And have you had a lot of beats? You said you've got so many on your hard drive. Have you had any that have just been sitting there for years and then became a placement? Yeah. I just had a beat that I had found that I made back in 2018. A hard beat. This beat actually got made this beat got made in 2018, like early 2018. And then that beat ended up just getting placed. Offset did some shit to it. Hard. So you think that beat, you made it like before its time or something? Like,
yeah, and the beat, cause my sound was a certain sound back then. Like that's when I was developing my sound. So it's like them 2018 Kid Hazel beats are hard. Like they hard. Like people be thinking I be sending old packs and shit, but like I'm really doing you a favor, cause like I'm sending you some hard shit, like some old vibe. Like I be in a different vibe. Like, so now, like, I'm making different type of beats that I made in 2020, and I made in 2019, and in 2018. Even, like, I'm mad that I lost my 2017 beats. Because my 2017 beats, 2016, 2017 beats was so different from now. But they was all hard. Like, because my beats got good in, like, 2015, when my beats actually started getting good. Like, okay, these are actually good beats now. Like, you know, you go through the process. It's like when you grow your locks. You're going to go through the ugly stage, the short stage. You can't do nothing with it. And then it's going to finally get long, and then you could just be... You
swing it around.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's a process, you know what I'm saying? So it gets same thing with beats.
So your advice would be, even if you're making stuff like from at the beginning, never kind of like give up on it? Like, it could be something...
it could be something one thing. I know there's like people like... that have beats, old ass beats that get placed. Like I think Pierre a long time ago was telling me about, he had a beat that he did a long time ago that like ended up like somebody big I got on it. It might be Kanye, I don't know, I'm not too sure who he said, but somebody, he had some shit that he did a long time ago, like 10 years ago or something like that. Ended up still doing good and going crazy. Like, so, you know, as long as the beats was good, then you know they can still get placed. It's like, I know 10 years from now, like beats we doing now, producers you doing now, like y'all 5 producers, they still gonna be 5 beats. It's just gonna be like a time capsule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Beats is like time capsule sometimes.
What's next for you as a producer?
Oh.
What's next for you? I mean, you said a lot of it, you dropped a few little
Yeah. Like I'm really gonna get into like my entrepreneurship a lot, you know what I'm saying, and start mini businesses. I actually have my sea moss business that I really love. It's called Swing the Sea Moss. I have sea moss gummies that are fire. You know what I'm saying? They fire. Like people used to eat in sea moss gel, but you know the gel can, you know, shout out. I like gel, you know, but the gel can get old. You know what I'm saying? The gel can, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to travel with sometimes because it can get bad. But with the gummies, they're dehydrated. You know what I'm saying? We dehydrate the gummies. We use coconut sugar. They're all vegan, no gelatin, and there's sea moss and fruit extract in it. So at that point, you know, you got all natural ingredients dehydrated, just like it was a piece of fruit. Now those sea moss can be then consumed, and then it's delicious. You know what I'm saying? It's delicious. On the go, you know, it's good. You know.
So would you say for you, like when you're like, having a long night in the studio, if you put it out, eat one, has that really like
help you focus and get your, you know, because it has you know, minerals like zinc, magnesium, you know what I'm saying, manganese, you know, vitamin K. It's a lot of minerals, you know, that's inside sea moss. It's actually 92 of them. 92 out of 102 minerals that the human body is comprised of is inside sea moss. So, you know, the list is really long, you know what I'm saying? And your body needs these minerals. You know, you stay up late, you might not be getting those minerals when you stay up too late. Your body's working on fumes at that point, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to eat nothing too late either because you're going to start your digestive system when it's supposed to be resting. That can lead to illnesses, you know what I'm saying? Like my brother Lifewave, shout out my brother Lifewave. He's out, you know, we in Georgia, we trying to heal anybody. We trying to heal everybody that's, you know, trying to get healed, you know, because we know the remedies of the herbs. You know what I'm saying? We can heal the people. I want to heal the artists. I want to heal the producers, you know what I'm saying? I want them to come to Kid Hazel when they want to get, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you got to understand they come with a lifestyle.
Are there any artists that you want to work with or you're looking forward to working with?
Yeah, I want to work with Lil Uzi. I want to work with, I want to get another one in with Lil Baby. I fuck with Lil Baby. That's my dog. You know, we did Narcs back in the day. So I definitely want to get another one in with him. You know what I'm saying? Both our sounds is different now. They new now, so I know we'll go crazy. I want to get, definitely want to get one in with Drake. You know what I'm saying? And I like to work with anybody that want to work with me. You know? Yeah, straight up. Like, yeah, and I want to, you know, build, you know, keep building with Lil Harold, you know, keep building with other artists, you know what I'm saying, on the come up too, you know what I'm saying, I want to sign my first artist, have him go crazy, you know what I'm saying, like I really fuck with Internet Money, I fuck with Taz Taylor and Nick Mirror, you know what I'm saying, they, like the way they do their shit is brilliant, you know what I'm saying, like Birdman, Zoe and them, like they know how to like put that shit together and they know how to get producers and work with them, you know what I'm saying, they sign them and they go up, you know what I'm saying, like, it's been many times. And can't nobody hate on Internet Money because they shit. You can't, you know what I'm saying? They done chose you many times, like doing it platinum after platinum, putting out some of the biggest artists. So I really look up to them and how they run their things, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to start my label and get it going like that in that image, you know?
And can you tell us about Lil Harold, like how you started working with him and just like building with an artist as a producer?
Yeah. So like Lil Harold, he, you know, I always, you know, he was hard already. He had a few songs, like I think he had like 2 songs or 3 songs out. I know he was rapping a little bit here and there before then, but he had some shit out called Magnolia that was hard that I fucked with it. And I was like, man, I feel like this nigga, like, I would just say to myself, I feel like he'd go hard. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he'd go hard because his voice sound hard, you know what I'm saying? And he a real street like nigga that like he don't cap about nothing, like, you know what I'm saying, like that's really him. So it's like, you know, when we started working, you know, it was like when Savage and Metro was working on Savage Mode, like we was in like Houston, like working on shit, like first we was in Miami and then we was in Houston working on stuff, like that's when we did the Free Code record and like all that stuff. But like it was fun, like, cause it's like, you know, the songs was getting better and better and better and better. To the point now, it's like, you know, we got a bunch of hard shit out, you know, and his sound is getting to that point to where it's like, it's his sound now, you know, and it's hard. So it's like, I like watching his growth and like seeing all the improvements and the different things that's coming from like someone, like I've never built with someone from the beginning. So it's like seeing all the things that come, you know what I'm saying, as they grow with the songs and the music and the stuff and the sound, and it's pretty cool.
Would you say it was like an easy process, or would you say, was there any challenges with that or anything?
Well, yeah, you know, it's you got your little shit here and there, like, little, you know, nothing crazy though. That's my brother, so, you know what I'm saying, we could talk some shit about some shit, but like, you know what I'm saying, but we ain't never, like, it ain't never gonna be no, like, bullshit, cause it's like, you know, that's my dog for real. Before, you know, we doing the music, like, I fucked with him, like, on some, like, just as a person he was, so it's like, you know, we doing the music, it's gonna still be the same type of respect, and now it's just, we doing music together, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah, like with publishing deals, I always say, like, don't just sign anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't just sign any old thing, because you sign the wrong thing, that shit can mess you up. You know what I'm saying? You sign the wrong publishing deal, it can literally mess you up. You can come on. Yeah, you gotta go through. It's okay. Yeah, come on. It's all right. Yeah, you can just go through that way, man. Nah, it's okay, cause you good. Shout out Metropolis Studio. You know what I'm saying? Out here in London, the best studio in London, man. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. Shout out Warner Music too.
So yeah, with the music publisher, so is that something?
Oh yeah, you talking about with that? Oh yeah, so talking about that publishing deal, like, you know, I ended up signing a publishing deal to Administration MP Music, and I didn't really know what it was, because at the time I just did that song Narcs with Lil Baby, and I was like, damn, I need to collect my royalties. I don't know, and there's like a lot of sharks out there that like try to, oh, we can help you collect your royalties. We're gonna, you know, send you a link to, you know, and they end up signing you joint with them and with, you know what I'm saying? It'd be just straight bullshit. And it's like, you know what I'm saying, that had happened to me, and then I didn't know what it was. I didn't get no advance or nothing. And then literally a month later, I got signed to Slaughter Gang. And it's like, I didn't know that what that was. And like, you know, later on when I Am I Was already out, they're like, oh yeah, we signed Kid Hazel. Like, we're supposed to collect this and that. And they were like, nah, like this is not real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happened, Hazel? Like, you know, they were, you know, it ended up like almost messing up the deal that I had with Slaughter Gang, you know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, but it's like, it wasn't my fault, and nobody, Meezy was cool with it. Like, you know, nobody was tripping, because they knew I ain't just do it on purpose. All right, you know what I'm saying? They knew, you know, because they understand that it happens to a lot of producers. A lot of producers was in that deal. A lot of producers, you know, ended up having to go through that same thing, because in the beginning they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? They ended up getting in it, then after that it was like, oh shit, like when something real came around, they're like, damn, like I can't do this because of what? Or now this is gonna be attached to this because of what? So, you know, I just recommend for producers, don't just sign anything. Like, make sure you get a lawyer, entertainment lawyer, you know what I'm saying, and have them look at it first before you sign it. You know what I'm saying? Don't even have your parents look at it, because your parents might not know some of the terms they're using, because they'll use it like a sneaky ass term to where you don't even know what that means. Like, they might say, oh, like, you're with us perpetually, indefinitely, throughout 4 years of this, if 60 compositions isn't composed. Like, they'll use words to where, like, it'll fuck you up. You know, it'll mess you up. So, you know, always have an entertainment lawyer look at your contracts before you sign anything.
So that you'll say is something that's best for like management to handle, or have a lawyer?
Yeah.
So how important is it to have good management in general?
Oh, it's important. It's important. You know, shout out my manager, Meezy, one of the best managers in the world. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, go crazy. He makes sure there's a lot of times he makes sure that I'm good, and like it could mess up something that he got, you know, going for something else, but he gonna make sure that, you know, despite anything, he gonna make sure that, you know what I'm saying? So Meezy be going crazy, you know what I'm saying? Meezy be going crazy. Today, Wallace and Meezy was, you know, they was having a conversation, and, you know, they was talking about how important management is. And, you know what I'm saying, it's very important, because they can like make sure you don't sign those crazy deals. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they can like, it run through them, they're like, nah, hold up, bro, let me get this entertainment lawyer. Because you might not be thinking about that. You trying to make music, so you like, shit, let me get this entertainment lawyer so I could look at this, you know, this contract, you know what I'm saying? So like, that shit, you know, is very important to have, you know, it's very important to have good management, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of managers, they not even looking at the money. They trying to really work with you. Like Meezy, he, you know, in the beginning, like even now to this day, like Meezy don't be tripping on like money unless we get some big shit in and it's like, okay, boom, you know what I'm saying? But Meezy, like that first thing on his mind is making sure that we get in some plays, we executing some plays, you know, some bread come in, he like, oh shit, you know, make sure your family's straight, you know, you good, like, you know, do this, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what a real manager is supposed to bring, because they, you know, it's not about the money. Money gonna come, you know what I'm saying? We stay down, we work, the money gonna come, you know? And it's about making sure whoever you manage, you could basically manage their talents. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what Wallace was, you know, shout out Wallace. Wallace was saying like, shit, the manager supposed to manage, take what you have and manage that in your best interest. The manager not here to pay your bills and not here to, you know what I'm saying, do nothing like that. They here to grind with you and put you out there. You feel what I'm saying? Put you out there to everybody. You know, it's very important.
Yeah. So is there anything you do before making beats? Like, would you say, do you do anything like meditation? Is there any kind of ritual you do before you go into the studio?
Not lately. Yeah, not lately. Like sometimes I'll just like, if I feel good, I'm just gonna go in there and then I'll just start making beats, and like I might make 1 or 2 beats that I don't really like, or I might make a beat I don't really like, and then, but I like to call those warm-up beats, you know, because after that, then I'm gonna start making, I'm eventually make, I like, my whole goal is to make something that I like. You know what I'm saying? If I make 1 beat that day, I want it to be a beat that I like, that I really like, you know, so. But I'm gonna start, I haven't really tried, you know, doing that. I'm gonna start trying to meditate before I go to make beats and, you know what I'm saying, center myself first, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that could be beneficial if you were to center yourself before making beats, because your mind won't be all over the place. You know, you'll be able to really focus on creativity and be able to focus on making beats. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something definitely to do. I haven't really done it like that, but I feel like for those of watching, I feel like that's something that you should try and implement, you know?
Yeah. Like, how much would you say energy or vibration do you pick up from other people?
Oh, yes.
And how do you kind of throw that away so you can clear your mind? Or just in general, not even just with producing, just in general, like how do you fight all of that?
Oh, yeah. Like I really can feel people's energies a lot. Like even with my locks, like, you know what I'm saying? These are like, this is the extension of your nervous system, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what hair is. People think that hair is just something that just grows.
But
like
it's
it's crazy. Your hair, your scalp literally grows something like a carpet.
Yeah.
It grows. Like it's strange, right? It's your scalp is like a, you know what I'm saying? It's a tree. Yeah, you look at a tree, you know, the trees got their hair, you know what I'm saying? So it's like as above, so below. Everything is the same, like as you see, but it's in its own ways like us. Like a tree, you know, has this hair, you know, has a big afro, big natural. Like I love the afro, you know, but that's why I grow my locks, because it's like I like to pick up on people's energy, you know what I'm saying? I can feel what you're feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like before I even, like when I first meet somebody, I feel their energy right away, and I can know if I'm like them or like not. But I don't even like that judge anything, because I still, some people, some people have like they're like this at first, and then like once you really get to know them, they're cool, you know what I'm saying? But they might come off like, so it's like, but I still like to know energy, because I like to keep myself around a certain energy, you know what I'm saying? To make sure that, you know, I protect my energy, you know?
How do you kind of fight off any energy you may have picked up from somebody?
You can actually do I like to wear certain crystals actually. Like I like to wear hematite, like a grounding crystal to like always ground myself. I actually have crystals in my locks. I have a black kyanite in my locks so I can protect my vibration in my aura. Then, you know, I like to wear tourmaline, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that to like make sure even if I am around negative vibes, I'm gonna protect my energy. Because you can always like, it's like somebody can have negative energy, but if your positive energy, your light strong enough, you can like balance that person out just by being around them sometime. But you just can't false acceptable, you know what I'm saying? Like for those of you that watch Dragon Ball Z, like it's like when Yakin tried to steal Goku's energy, right? Yakin tried to steal Goku's energy in the Buu saga, and Goku just kept charging energy up, and then blew Yakin up. You know what I'm saying? And Yakin lived in the darkness, right? Where Yakin lives was pitch black, and he just came to steal energy. That's all he did. God don't try to steal his energy, then he just blew them up. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Like any dark energy is not gonna be strong enough to like take over my energy. So it's like if you come around, I'm gonna just blast you away with energy. You know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna just be ready to be different.
That's
Yeah.
real.
You know what I'm
People
saying?
always feel like the bad energy. People get scared of bad energy, but they
Yeah.
don't realize how weak it actually is. If you are surrounded by good energy,
Yeah,
none
nothing
of that
ain't gonna touch you. Nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
protected.
Protected. Yeah. You gotta be smart. You gotta stay in alignment. Don't start doing lower vibrational things or your protection gonna go down. You know what I'm saying? You kind of keep yourself on the right path, your protection gonna be strong.
Like how you became a vegan and how that's helped you now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I became vegan and like I started becoming vegan, I say in 2016. 2016 is that's not when I fully went vegan. Like I started taking away stuff and like, so I started taking away stuff like 2015. I started taking away pork, beef. Like 2015, 2016 took away pork and beef. And then like 2017, I took away chicken and then I went vegetarian. And then I was doing vegetarian for that whole year of 2017. And then in 2018, that's when I went vegan. And it was more of like, because of the energy purposes, you know what I'm saying? Like my whole thing is, if these animals are being killed, they're being maimed, they're being kept in unfavorable conditions, unsanitary conditions, and just in despair and distraught their whole time of living, and then they're then slaughtered one by one while each animal watches, that animal is gonna die in fear. So if you eat an animal that passed and perished in fear, you have to understand that energy is never destroyed. So that animal's flesh body is killed, the energy is still gonna be present in that meat. So when you consume the meat, now you're consuming despair, distraught, fear, anxiety, anger, hunger. You're experiencing things that are gonna affect your vibration because we're electrical beings. So anything electrical that we consume, which would be food, water, things like that, it has a direct effect on us. You know what I'm saying? You can know how to, your body's a very powerful machine. You can know how to manage it. It's all about balance, man. You can balance it out, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't know how to use your energy and know how to focus and, you're not gonna be able to, it's gonna overtake you at points. You could get mad, something gets you mad, now you just blow the top. You know what I'm saying? Like you was cool till you just blew the top, but why you blow the top? You can't control your anger. Why you think you can't control your anger? Because you eating these animals that's angry. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what made me go vegan, and I started to like understand. Now I have complete mastery over my energy. You know what I'm saying? I can know how to control my emotions. I know how to, I could get mad, but I'm way better than what I used to be. Like I don't even like to, what I'm saying? It takes a lot to get me angry and upset. Like, what I'm saying? Like it has to be something crazy for real. Like.
And just with vibration, like what would you say are low vibrational habits that some producers will have to stop doing with how they work or anything?
Yeah,
if you can say 2 or 3. Like.
Yeah. Some of the low vibrational things, man, you gotta like, a lot of producers, they gotta stop like, you gotta stop like before you make your beats, it can affect you, like you gotta just stop like talking about people, like, you know what I'm saying? And talking about other producers, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you be like, oh, like, bruh, beats suck, or like, suck, or like just talk about people and shit. Like, that's one of the low vibrational things I say, like, people gotta really stop doing. Like, when you talk about people, like, that shit is gonna fuck you up. You feel what I'm saying? Eventually, you know what I'm saying? Because that's still karma. Yeah. Like, if you sit there and talk about somebody, it's like if people, like, talk about certain children that are kids that have, like, certain things, and, you know what I'm saying, are people that might have an illness, or, like, some things people might see on somebody, it might, like, look different from other people, and, like, they talk about it. That's not good. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, as producers, don't ever, like, talk negative, like, on people's beats. Like when I do beat battles, I'm gonna do a beat battle soon, but like it's hard for me to do beat battles because it's hard for me to tell, like, if I don't like a beat, it's hard for me to be like, bro, that beat wasn't hard, like, because I know it's gonna affect them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't it's hard for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why, like, if I do a beat battle, I have somebody else, You know what I'm saying? Like I can pick a hard beat that I think that wins, but like I can't tell the producer like, hey man, that's enough, man. Stop playing beats. Like put that shit down, bro. Like I can't do that. I can't bring myself to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's
I mean, do you not feel like it's like if it's in context? Because in there, it's like you're not kind of.
Yeah. I would say it. I would say
yeah.
it in a certain way, but it's just like, how do you say it? Like, how do you tell somebody they beats not good?
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That's like telling somebody like, hey man, like you don't look good. You're ugly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like that, but it's like, how do you tell somebody that? Like, I don't believe that nobody's ugly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's beautiful in their own way, but it's like that person B could have been beautiful in his own way too. So it's like I try to look at everything in a similar perspective. So I might be like, hey man, like I think you should just keep cooking up, keep cooking up, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have you in the next beat battle, and then we gonna, you know, something like that. So like, let them know, like, still give them some motivation, cause like some people can tell you a beat suck, and you might fuck around and never want to make beats no more.
Yeah.
And because of you stopping making beats, you lost the opportunity that you was gonna have, or you know.
And yeah, last thing. So, any bit of advice you can give to producers, new producers, anything?
Shit, like I really say stay down, man, and keep working. Don't ever stop, you know what I'm saying? Because if you stop, that's the only way you can, you know, be defeated with your music. Like, if you keep working hard, it's gonna happen. It's gonna go through. You're gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta believe you can. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, don't let that negativity get to you. You know, always stay down, stay true to yourself. Don't try to be too much like a person you look up to. You know what I'm saying? Keep making your beats. And don't let nobody tell you can't make it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, back in the day, it was a lot of people that used to tell me I wouldn't be able to make it making beats. You know, or, you know, females back in the day was like, oh, like, you're like, you might as well just, you know, like, go to college or like, nothing wrong with that. But it's like, if I would have did that, then I wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, doing that, you know? So it's like, I really, you know, appreciate everybody that fucked with me and believed in me. You know what I'm saying? My girl Ashley believed in me. My mom, you know what I'm saying? Pops. You know, I had a lot of friends. You know, my brother 44. You know, my cousin Astro Martin. You know, really just a lot of people that believed in me. And I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, all of them. So, you know, and then we going to keep going up, you know. We bringing the health. We bringing the music. We bringing the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We about to change the game for real.